wise man once said to me, there's only 3 things you actually need to worry about. That's quantity, quality, and direction. How much you're doing, how well you're doing it, and where you're focusing your energy. That guy's name was Andy Summerfield. He was a manager at the company I used to work at the time. He was my boss's boss, and probably the only person in that chain who actually regularly talked any sense. So I reached out for a coffee with this guy, and it was like very hard hitting, quick, fast, in and out, 10 minutes. That's what he told me. I often joke that I actually learned more as a pizza chef than I did in a corporate proper job, as it were. But actually, that was one of the things I did take away from that. In terms of transferable life advice, principles, that has been extremely powerful for me going forward. But one of the things I took away from that as well, one of the reasons I liked that so much was that I thought, well, you know what? I have complete control over the quantity. I have complete control over how much I work, or how often I work, or how many calls I make, or any of those metrics. What I realised is that, having thought about it, I don't necessarily control the quality in quite the same way. I have an indirect control of it, I have an influence of it, and I can do various things to make sure I'm in a good mood, and I choose my behaviours in the moment if I'm ever dealing with a customer or that kind of thing. But to some extent, the mind is going to do what the mind's going to do. The mood is going to do what the mood's going to do. And you can work with that how you like. But you have complete direct control over how much you choose to work on, how often you choose to show up. And there's extra wisdom here in that, of course, quality comes from quantity. Quantity has a certain quality of its own. And guess what? When you deliver on the quantity, the quality takes care of itself. It's only through showing up day in, day out, regularly, that we get better, that our quality improves. It's very tempting to think we can just get something and that we can then say, learn a piece of music, learn how to play something, or learn a lesson, or learn how to cook a certain dish, whatever it might be. Do it, that's it, commit to memory, and then 2 months down the line, big day comes, all right, here we are, let's do this. And just work really, really, really hard on the day and think, I've got the knowledge, I work hard enough, that'll be it, done. But more often than not, that is a extremely suboptimal way of actually achieving top results. A far better way is to put in the groundwork, do the preparation leading up to the event, do the hard work leading up to the event. And also, guys, the beauty of this is that, of course, when you show up every day, twice a day, if you're like me, you want to do 2 workouts a day over 7 weeks, you want to do a 100 challenge, something like that, something crazy, you will figure out pretty quickly that if you go balls to the wall every time, you're going to burn out pretty quickly. It's far better to work in a sweet spot where you are challenged, but at the same time, what you're doing is achievable. That is the sweet spot. Challenging, yet achievable. Not too easy, not merely achievable to the point where it doesn't challenge you, not so challenging that it just burns you out and you have nothing left in the tank. I think in terms of effort output, that's around the 70 to 85% mark. If you look at any old school Russian weightlifting plan, all of their lifts are literally done at 70 to 85% of their maximum lift. The majority of their lifts are done at that intensity. So for them, it's just about showing up day in, day out. And these are the guys that still arguably have the best track record when it comes to lifting weights. And truly this applies to all things. I apply this to all areas of my life now, and not just fitness, absolutely in pursuit of freedom, work, delivering value, and also in mental training as well, just making sure you turn up every day, just do something. It's almost a process of letting things unfold, just letting things happen. Take care of the showing up. Show up regularly, make a commitment. Easy commitment to stick to is just every day, keeps things simple. Leave no day unturned, just don't ever just leave a day out, so that you can just keep that rhythm going. It's all about just doing something every day. It's almost more beneficial to do something every day than it is to try and do great for 5 days out of 7 and then carry on that way for several months. Day in, day out, that is how you build consistency, that is how you practice, that is how you turn quantity into quality. Take care of the quantity and the quality takes care of itself. This applies to pretty much all pursuits in life, with one exception, and that is with diet. If you want to eat well, if you want to eat lean, stay lean, achieve a healthy diet, it's actually far better to take care of the quality first, let the quantity take care of itself. But pretty much everything else, just focus on what is within your immediate control, and then your circles of influence will expand to the point where you then control the quality far more effectively. So there's a call to action here, guys, and that is simply that if you think of an area in which you actually really want to improve your abilities, think about setting yourself a challenge, maybe beginning next week or say the 1st of next month, whenever that is. Set an interrupt, set a deadline, and just so that from that date you're going to be putting in daily action, say for 30 or 60 days, to work on that thing, whatever that is. Set a tangible daily target and then see what happens to the quality of your output by the end of that period. So I hope that's useful, guys. I should chat to you next time.